Okay, so I had someone said they didn't like my voice. So, trying a different microphone, see if that helps things. It kind of sounds funny to me in my ears, but maybe that's because it's mine. Okay, anyhow. So, MeBob review for Monday, March 10th, 2025. So if you haven't watched the live trading video, I suggest you watch that as well. I did only take one of these two trades in the video, but at least you can see how an execution is handled in a live market instead of this hindsight kind of review. So market gap down, pretty strong gap. Within the first 15 minutes, it did made an attempt to rally to close that gap. That rally attempt failed. Right before MeBob, price did test the previous week's low, which also happened to be Friday's low. So this was the previous day's low and the previous week's low. So daily time frame traders and weekly time frame traders would have been watching for a reversal or the break. And of course we got the break. MeBob was very narrow, less than 10 points, less than 8 points. The bar immediately following broke both the low of the MeBob range and the high of the MeBob range, but closed inside the MeBob range. Same thing happened on the next 3 bars. So there were 4 bars subsequent to the MeBob bar that broke both the low and the high of the MeBob range. But that 4th candle finally closed below the low of the MeBob range, which was also the first close below last week's low and the previous day's low. Sold short at the market. I was actually filled, I believe, at the low tick of this bar. If you watch that video, I was sitting there, flapping my jaw, and didn't even realize immediately or initially this candle had closed and we had a sell signal. So probably could have got in a 1.5 higher than I did, but it is what it is. Took a 10-point profit target. Profit target was filled. Price continued lower, had a 2-leg rally into the MeBob region. Again, they tried to break price above MeBob, but it closed not only below the MeBob high, but we had another close, a second close, below the MeBob range low. And again, it was also below last week's low and the previous day's low. So market's clearly in breakout mode at this point, breakout lower. This was a sell market order at the close and another 10-point profit. 69.5 was the low. Low of this was 52.25. So could have had 15 points on each of these if you had wanted it, but you don't know that. That's always the issue. That's the problem traders have. Right now we're on a pretty good win streak with the MeBob. Eventually, maybe tomorrow, we're going to have a losing trade. One of these days, we're going to have 2 or 3 losing trades and not one winning trade. And that's what will be the test for you and for me. Because what happens with most retail traders, and I've been upfront, it's happened to me time after time, year after year. You get 2 or 3 losses in a row, and what do you start to ask? how could I have avoided that loss? What could I do to filter my signals so I only take the winning trades and I skip all the losers? Well, that can't be done. And the beauty of this method, especially as an exercise, as I had mentioned earlier in another video, it's a great exercise for any veteran trader who has been struggling with FOMO, overtrading, chasing trades, anticipating signals, or new traders, because it is 100% mechanical. The signals are, what's the word I'm looking for? Non-debatable, non-negotiable. Anyone who knows the rules of the MeBob method, as I had posted them in previous videos, and I have posted at the PriceBob systems thread at Forex Factory. Anyone who knows those rules is going to have traded the exact same signals as I. The only difference could be reaction time. So someone could have easily gotten a better entry than I did on either of these trades. But again, there's no question. No one is going to post to Forex Factory, why did you take this trade? Why did you take this trade? Why didn't you go long here? If you're asking those questions, go back, read the rules, and be sure you understand exactly what the entry rules for MeBob are. But that's it. Price then, again, breakout mode, pretty strong downtrend. Here we go, the obligatory late day rally, because no one ever believes that the market should be down. But we never got back to the MeBob region after these two, and that's fine. That's going to be how it is a lot of days. And frankly, going forward at some point, I will not be watching the entire day. My plan with trading has always been, I'd like to be done by noon and then have the rest of the day to go have some fun, you know. That's what it's all about. You know, this isn't supposed to be, we all have 9 to 5s. Trading shouldn't replace your 9 to 5 by giving you another 9 to 5. It should replace your 9 to 5 eventually, because you're able to make sufficient income from your trading to replace that 9 to 5 income. And instead of a 40-hour work week or more, maybe you're doing it in a 10 or 12-hour work week. 5 days a week, 2 or 3 hours a day. So, hey, another day in the books, total of 20 points based on the money management as I've been using it. That's $1,000 on one contract, one ES. It would be $100 if you were trading a micro. If you were trading 3 micros, that's $300. 5 micros, $500. 5 E-mini, that's $5,000. And eventually that's what we want to do, right? We want to find a method we can stick to that has a long-term positive expectancy, meaning that over hundreds of trades, we're going to have a profit that is many times greater than the losses that we took along the way. And as our profits accumulate in our trading account, we can increase our trading size and therefore increase our profits and increase that trading account even faster. So that is that. And I will be back hopefully tomorrow morning with another live trading video, at least to take the first MeBob trade, and we'll go from there. Thank you very much. Just a reminder, we do have the Price Bob thread at Forex Factory, and would love to have your participation. If you have any questions, or if you have any contributions. There was one Forex Factory member made a post this afternoon talking about doing a multi-year back test. I'm not in a position to do that right now, but if you can, go ahead, do it, post your results, post your parameters, because the money management's going to be important. Like I said in that written response to that individual, right now, a 10-point profit is working. If you had done this a month ago, I think it would have been more like a 4-point profit, 5-point profit. Anyone knew a 10-point profit on an E-mini scalp is a very good profit. And it is not necessarily commonplace to find such profits so readily available with moderate risk. So our actual risk would have been a tick above the high of the MeBob range. I should say our initial risk would have been 80 and a quarter. So it looks like an 11 or 12 point risk, and it was, because that's where the stop loss was. But in the end, the actual risk was only about 3 points, because price never went more than 3 points higher after the short entry was made. So that's where we are. And hey, have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow.